Welcome to the broadcast. Cienega High School, Jason Miller. It's Southpoint Catholic, the Lancers, fresh off of their Brandon Bean Kickoff Classic Championship. Friday night. 5-0 on the season coming in here. And back-to-back defending state champions in 4A soccer. Legendary coach Wolfgang Weber in year 41. Assistant coach Luis Gonzalez in his 7th year as the assistant head coach. Assistants Matt Penapinto, Cooper Huslig, Eddie Luque, Mateo Valenzuela, Damian Villa, great athletic director Phil Grunsfelder, assistant athletic director Danny Preble, and the starters from Southpoint Catholic, the Lancers tonight, the goalkeeper, the junior, Brandon McChesney, plenty of experience last year as a sophomore, number 2, Albert Aguirre, number 3, Benjamin Meadmore, number 4, Marco Torres, number 5, Diego Valise. I'll be back after the Star Spangled Banner. All right, so the Star Spangled Banner in the books here as we're set for the regular season opener for both of these teams. Again, Southpoint coming off of their win in the Brandon Bean Kickoff Classic, a tournament that they host every year in recognition of a great goalkeeper who was lost during his senior year. And the starters for tonight for Southpoint Catholic, Brandon McChesney, a junior goalkeeper who was 5-2 last year with 6 shutouts. Albert Aguirre, number 2 at defense. Number 3, Benjamin Meadmore, a defender, a senior. Marco Torres, number 4, the sophomore. Diego Valise, number 5, the senior, one of the captains, one of 3 captains from Southpoint Catholic. Eric Nguyen, the senior, number 6, midfielder. Number 8, Adrian Franks, the junior, one of the captains. Number 9, Leo Gutierrez, sophomore. Number 10, Nico Valenzuela, senior captain at midfield. 6 goals already this season with 2 assists. And you've got Cesar Cabello, number 12, a senior at defense, and number 18, Mario Zulaga, who is a sophomore. So the Lancers are completely stacked. The Bobcats of Cienega High School, under Mark Aros, his 2nd year as the head coach, very successful last year in year 1, 10-3-1 on the year. A very difficult loss in the opening round of the state playoffs. Which was a really tough match here at Cienega High School on a Saturday afternoon. But a great season there in year 1 for Mark Aros. So Jacob Westbury, number 19, the senior. Matthew Rodriguez, number 5, senior defensive midfielder. Armand Dion, the senior, is at goalkeeper. Elijah Kadish is a senior, number 3 at defense. Logan Moore, number 8, a senior. Avon Aikens, number 26, a junior. Andrew Borchers, number 6, a junior. Isaac Narvaez, number 25, a junior. Center defensive back. Liam Odell, number 20, up top for the Bobcats. Kai Leal, a sophomore, 23, and Zane Colson, a sophomore, number 22. He's familiar from football fans for being a great place kicker for the Cats football team. There's a nice cross and a good header, but it's wide by Cesar Cabello. So coming in, again, Southpoint Catholic, 23-2 last year, the champions of 4A. They beat Notre Dame Prep 3-1 last year in the final match. The previous year, they were 14-0-1 and also a 4A state championship. So Wolfgang Weber, the legendary coach, 700-plus wins, but very humble. I read a quote from him from Andy Morales in the AZ Prep 365, and Wolfgang Weber was like, well, he's like, I've averaged 18 wins a year for 41 seasons, so that's a pretty normal number. It's just my longevity more than anything. So again, very humble, he can say that, but he is spectacular as a tactician. A communicator, a motivator, and a leader for the Lancers. Southpoint Catholic, there's a good look there on a volley from the Lancer, Leo Gutierrez. Again, 6 goals already, 4 assists on the season. So for Southpoint Catholic, they've run kind of the gauntlet here through their tournament. They shut out Catalina 8-0 on Tuesday. On Wednesday, they took out Nogales 4-0. On Thursday, it was Buena 4-1. Friday, Cat Foothills in a very tight match, 1-0. And then Friday night, so they had a doubleheader on Friday, a morning match and a nighttime match, and they took out Walden Grove 6-0. So very successful opening here. And you have to think that Southpoint Catholic is just kind of calibrated already here early in the season on their opening night. Last year, the Lancers came to Cienega High School. They played on December 7th, and they took out Cienega 4-0 last year. So I talked to some of the boys from Cienega, and they're very confident. And the message that was relayed to me was it's not going to be 4-0. So, again, a team that is pretty spirited, pretty sprightly. Again, they lost in the opening round of the playoffs last year to Carl Hayden Community, and that was a team that had won the state championship a couple of years ago. So a well-coached squad. No shame in that one. Again, they lost 4-0 to Southpoint a year ago. So Mark Aros, we want to send our best out to him. He's under the weather. So, Mark, you're the best. We love you. Get well. We'll see you soon. And he's got his team in good hands. His son, Aaron Aros, is coaching. Aros was a great player at Cienega several years back as well. So let's talk to both coaches pre-match. Gave some fist bumps to some players. Wish them good luck tonight. So we're expecting a competitive match here on a chilly Monday night. Everybody's kind of got, I know I do, I'm in the World Cup fever mode. So we enjoyed watching Croatia come through in a PK shootout victory earlier today against Japan. And that was awesome to watch. I'm not sure if there are matches on the docket for tomorrow, but I've really been enjoying this World Cup from Qatar. There's Avon Akins making a run here down the line, trying to connect with Liam Odell. Odell, just a sophomore up there at striker. He's got some good wheels, some good skills, and pretty fearless, right? Intrepid as a sophomore. Number 20, Liam Odell up top for Cienega. So trying to puzzle it together here as I look at the formation that's out on the pitch for Cienega, and I can give you a better representation of how they have their players or their personnel stacked up from back to top, goalkeeper going up to striker. Leo Gutierrez with a shot, and it just goes over the crossbar. A dangerous look there from a dangerous player. Again, Gutierrez, a big-time goal scorer, 29 goals last year as a freshman with 14 assists. So as a sophomore, he's off to a blistering pace already with six goals and 4 assists on the season. Nico Valenzuela, number 10, the senior captain, with 6 goals and 2 assists already this season. And he had 11 goals and 10 assists last year. So we'll watch this as this unfolds. Left foot and a goal. And there's the combination. So it was Nico Valenzuela on the assist. Leo Gutierrez with the left foot in minute number 5 of action. Lancers on top, 1-0. Well, that's goal number 7 for Leo Gutierrez. And I thought coming into the match tonight, right, one, you have Southpoint with their experience, but just their experience here in this micro season, having played 5 matches already. Cienega, this is their first match of the year. I'm sure they had a scrimmage or 2, but you can't really replicate the type of pressure and pacing and defense and passing and quality touches and how close and it's going to be with your men being marked. You can't really simulate that, I don't think. So Lancers, Leo Gutierrez, I'm just writing this down in my ledger. In the 5th minute, the assist by Nico Valenzuela. And again, it was the left foot of Leo Gutierrez. I don't know if he's left-footed naturally, but boy, that was a smooth shot. He just took a beautiful feed and went far post. No chance there for Armand Dion. He tried his best to try to save or deflect that one, but the Lancers here very quickly on the board. And you've got Liam Odell here and a foot race, and you've got some blistering speed there by Diego Veliz, the senior captain. A good try there up top by Avon Akins from Cienega. And a throw in for Southpoint Catholic. So Cienega back to front. Armand Dion at goalkeeper. Matt Rodriguez at that left back. Zane Colson at the right back. Kai, I'm trying to see him on the roster here. Kai Leal, the sophomore at the defensive mid position. And then in front of him, it's Isaac Narvaez, Logan Moore, Andrew Borchers. You have Avon Akins up top. On the right wing, it's Elijah Kadish, a senior. On the left wing, it's Jacob Westbury, a senior, and Liam Odell at striker up top. And we expect to see Kelechi Ekeleme, the junior, the Nigerian. He knows a lot of the players from Salpointe Catholic because he got a rousing cheer of his name from those Lancers of Salpointe pre-match as the JV teams were going at it. Salpointe took the JV contest 2-1. Quiet crowd. The weather always affects it. I wish we could play more day games myself. I know that's kind of like the format, at least in New Jersey on the East Coast. And I love when we have Winter Cup matches. I also enjoy the Brandon Bean tournament matches, daytime matches, any kind of day match in soccer or football I'm totally into. And then, of course, the playoffs. I love those Saturday matinee matches just because the weather's so perfect. All right, so Dion plays it out. See a lot of pressure there by Southpointe Catholic. You've really got to be precise. There's not much margin for error in terms of how much time you have to make a decision. So you've got to really be very forward thinking and pretty lightning quick in your reflexes and your passes. And any errant passes are just kind of obvious, right? So Lancers up 1-0. Again, Leo Gutierrez in minute number 5, assisted by Nico Valenzuela, the left foot of Leo Gutierrez. Goal number 7 for him on the season. Nice clearance by Diego Veliz temporarily. Left-footed shot, a nice one. And there's a good chance. I think that was Logan. Was that Logan Moore? I think that was Logan. Tough for me to see here. Yes, that was Logan Moore. So Logan Moore is a senior, number 8. He'll be pretty much running from line to line here, forward and backward, covering a lot of territory for Cienega. You've got Liam Odell. Left the ball there behind him. And now Southpoint's Eric Nguyen passes it out to the right wing. Lancers trying to move the ball forward. Ball's right at midfield. Quick touch there by Adrian Franks. Franks made an impact last year in the playoffs. I remember him last year. He also scored against Cienega on that December 7th match. Mario Suluaga, number 18. Just a sophomore. He has a goal and an assist this season already in the tournament. All right, so Logan Moore. Eric Nguyen to Mario Suluaga. Benjamin Meadmore goes line here. Nico Valenzuela, nice cross. Good head out there by the Bobcat defensively. And you just have to make sure that these clearances are truly clear. Can't play around with the ball in your own space because there are always Lancers that are kind of trolling through the area, ready to steal and get back into attack mode. So Kai Leal is back there at that defensive mid position, or the center back position for Cienega, number 23. He's got orange cleats. Leal is a sophomore because he's got the hair pulled back there with a headband. Isaac Narvaez plays it over to him. Narvaez, a junior. His sister Bella Narvaez is a big-time goal scorer and attacking midfielder for the Bobcats ladies team last year, a team that fell in the semifinals, a deep run in the playoffs. Very promising here for Southpoint, and there's a left foot. Again, it's 9-10. So it's Leo Gutierrez to Nico Valenzuela. So Nico Valenzuela with the goal. The assist by Leo Gutierrez. And that's in minute number 12 of action. So the same combination there for Southpoint. A deadly duo. Nico Valenzuela, the goal, assist by Leo Gutierrez. Lancers all in white. Here's another blast here. Good save by Armand Dion. That was point blank. And a good shot by Leo Gutierrez from about 25 yards out. Good velocity on that shot. Dion with a nice save. Armand Dion, 00, licensed to thrill. And if he's not warm and alert and awake, or if he wasn't coming in, he is now. After 2 goals here early in this match by Southpoint. Again, Southpoint Catholic, right? Averaging, I think they're averaging about, let me see if I can do this math in my head. 23. So about 4.4 goals per game, or 4.4 goals per match at this point in the season. So a prolific offensive attack here. A relentless machine that just is clicking and firing on all cylinders. Very precise passes. You've got that speed that you see not only up top on the offense, but defensively that can make up for so many mistakes. It's really a luxury to have. You've got so much talent here. I'm sure FC Tucson is the feeder club that's providing all these players for Southpoint. Nice ball there, good idea, and a strong clearance. Again, you see that speed by Diego Veliz, who is one of the captains. He, Adrian Franks, and Nico Valenzuela, the 3 captains from Southpoint Catholic. Leo Modell, the throw-in. And again, we've seen this on the World Cup, right? You have all these, like, 2v2, 2v3 situations, and it's constant. Good little step there by Liam O'Dell. Goes to the left foot, but easily handled for the save by Brandon McChesney. Again, 5-2 last year, 6 shutouts on the season from last year. I think he has 4 shutouts already to his ledger this year for Southpoint Catholic. And he got some time last year, so the Lancers graduated some of their great players, as happens every year. Owen Lynch was the starting goalkeeper who graduated, but McChesney with some great experience last year, so very seasoned is he as a junior. And then they have Jadir Beltran, who's a sophomore, kind of waiting in the wings at goalkeeper as well. Right, so 66 shots on goal for Southpoint coming into the match tonight, averaging about 13.3 shots per match. And they've got Walden Grove on Wednesday night, so Cienega on Monday. Not much rest for the Lancers. I would imagine that they rested pretty and slept pretty well Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday, just trying to recover after playing a string of 5 matches in 4 days. It's a lot of action. Of course, a lot of these kids are used to it on the club circuits, where they play in tournaments and they play multiple matches in a really short, condensed period of time. So certainly conditioned, but I would say like already primed here coming in. I mean, they're absolutely loaded, ready to go, experienced, and feeling very confident and comfortable with what they do. I mean, it's Southpoint Catholic, right? So, the boys' team won the state title last year. The girls' team won the state title last year. And it's just been one success after another for both boys and girls soccer, boys and girls basketball, volleyball, boys and girls, football, baseball, softball. You can go right down the list, and it's one sport after another that Southpoint competes every year for championships in an elite academic institution and certainly an elite athletic institution for all these student athletes. Again, really coolly played back by Eric Nguyen. McChesney threads it over to the right back. So Albert Aguirre, I think, was slated to start tonight. And I think Braden Lambert, number 14, the senior, got the start because Aguirre was stuck in traffic. So, again, talked to Wolfgang Weber pre-match. And he relayed his experiences, again, going to the World Cup in Qatar. And I know I mentioned this, but he said it was kind of like an Indiana Jones film. He was in a taxi cab, and Dave Ord, a longtime reporter for the Arizona Daily Star, who is a soccer aficionado, has been to 7 or 8 World Cups. It was a good trio. So Wolfgang Weber, David Ord, and Luis Gonzalez, the assistant coach from Southpoint, as a trio in a taxi cab. And Wolf's like, yeah, I felt like Indiana Jones. We're in a cab, we're riding over sidewalks, like flying through the streets. He's like, I kind of expected somebody to come out with a sword and to start swinging it around. So it sounds like a pretty exotic locale. And I think Qatar has done a fine job here hosting the World Cup. I know there's some controversy coming in. You had the migrant workers, I think 7,000 plus, who perished constructing those stadiums under the oppressive heat of Qatar. But it's been a great cup. Certainly the human rights violations and their intolerance for different groups of people was a spotlight coming in. But when it comes down to it, it's been a beautiful tournament and something that Nick Irvin, our director, was telling me about. He's like, you've got half the world's population, basically, that's watching this tournament. So a very positive thing, right? I look at the World Cup and I look at the Olympics in a similar vein. Both events are trying to bring people together in a spirit of cooperation, competition, and sportsmanship. All right, on the back line, Kyle Leal, again, the sophomore, 23. Cats here might be looking to try to play it to the other side of the field. Nearly intercepted. And then played forward. Very dangerous, Nico Valenzuela. Plays it back. Eric Nguyen. He plays it back to his defensive mate. That's Braden Lambert. Lambert, 14. He's a senior. Adrian Franks had it, had a quick touch. Diego Valise now goes opposite field. Good header there. That's Matt Rodriguez. Rodriguez is a senior. The kid just loves soccer, Matt Rodriguez. So took a little bit slightly awkward of a reach there. Then he pops up and he's running that one off. So that's good to see. But he's been totally tuned into the World Cup. Leo Gutierrez. Hey, there's a good tackle. Way to take that one away. Bit of a collision there. Some rough sledding for Cienega's Liam Odell in the sandwich between Diego Valise and Eric Nguyen. Jesus Carranza, the sophomore now, making a run near side. And now across. And a good left-footed volley, very dangerous by Leo Gutierrez. So too high, but a precise pass, and you see some great speed there from Carranza on that left wing. Or making a run from the defensive position up the left wing. But a great feed, a great cross there to the center. And another left-footed shot by Leo Gutierrez, who's just looking to get off. So minute number 21, and it's 2-0 Salpointe. It was Leo Gutierrez on an assist from Nico Valenzuela, and then Nico Valenzuela on an assist by Leo Gutierrez. Lancers up 2-0. Looks like Cienega's thinking about a couple of substitutions coming in. You've got Aaron Aros, who is the assistant coach, who is managing the squad tonight. And you've got Aros here doing some teaching with these kids. He's showing them a little bit here, you know, how to physically try to shield or screen your player and not be moved. And those Bobcats, they look like they're all subbing in, so they've got the yellow jerseys here. It looks like there's going to be 3 subs coming onto the pitch for Cienega at the next opportunity. But they're getting some clear directions here from Aaron Aros. Again, great soccer mind, great tactician, just very affable, likable, just like his dad. The whole Aros family is terrific. Their daughter Ashley is a senior soccer player on the girls' team. Carrie Aros, Mrs. Aros is dynamite, so I told Ashley earlier today, I was like, your family's the best. Like, we love you guys. So just want to throw that one out there. Little clash there. Avon Aikens lost it, but picked up quickly by Cienega's 11. Sorry, my roster is not numerical, so I'm trying to sort this bit of business out. There is an 11 out there for Cienega. Cats in their copper and navy. Southpoint Catholic all in white. The Lancers have their crimson numerals and the names of their players on the back of their jerseys. Bobcats with their navy uniforms and those horizontal stripes and the copper numerals. Isaac Narvaez tried to blast that one off of Leo Gutierrez, and it stays in bounds here. Gutierrez, again, very dangerous with the left foot. Takes a shot. That was pretty nifty. Wasn't sure if that was a cross. Yet Adrian Franks, who was lurking there in the box, but a nice save by Armand Dion. Good to see some alumni from Cienega High School. So I saw both keepers from last year's team. That was a great tandem. So you had David Garcia. He's wearing his Trey Lance jersey from the San Francisco 49ers in the NFL. And then you have J.C. Velasco. Also saw Jacob Lopez, one of the strikers on that team from last year. And I think I mentioned Bella Narvaez, who is Isaac's big sister. She's here tonight watching her little brother play. So always good to see alumni coming out here on a quiet Monday night. I'm just thankful there's no breeze. It's just very still tonight. Could be a lot cooler. Talked to Chris DeRozier, the great athletic director from Cienega, and told him, I said, hey, it's pretty balmy actually for what we're used to. It could be a lot worse. I think perfect weather. Nico had it and lost it. Nico Valenzuela now, ball back at his feet. Leo Gutierrez, a shot. Nice save by Armand Dion. Cleared out there by Narvaez momentarily. Now you have a Lancer looking to take a shot. And it's a blast, but it's right at Armand Dion. So that was about 25 yards out. And it was right on frame. Dion was right there. This is a very prolific attack from Salpointe Catholic. And the Cats have a sub up top now. So making his first appearance for Cienega is Blessed Kalichi Ekeleme, who is a junior, again from Nigeria. He goes by Kaliche. So again, the Lancers serenading him warmly. Kaliche, Kaliche, Kaliche. And he went over, and those guys exchanged some hugs and some high fives and some dabs and just said, what's up? Again, I think very familiar, probably from playing on club, probably on FC Tucson. A lot of the players from Cienega, of course, play for the Vail Soccer Academy. A great club program here in Vail, Arizona, the town between the tracks, right? Just about, probably about 30 minutes southeast of Tucson. Surrounded by mountains, right? So Nick Irvin, the director of Bobcat TV, and I were talking pre-match. And we're just looking as the sun was setting, and he's like, this is great. You just look at this town, and every direction you look in, we're kind of surrounded by a little chain of mountain ranges. So a very beautiful vista here. You don't normally see it. We've got some of the parents in the community here and the families in the neighborhood who've got their Christmas lights out, so it's always good to see. And for the students, we have this last week of classes, and the next week it's finals week. So Monday, Tuesday will be review for finals, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, final exams, final exams, final exams. So I want to wish the best out to all the students out there. Make sure you get your last assignments in, do your very best on the finals, and finish strong this semester. Quick move there, right? CC Nico Valenzuela ready to fly and deflected off there of Cienega's Zane Colson. Again, so Colson, number 22, he's at that right defensive back position and a great place kicker for football. I think he was first team. He should have been first team all region. I think he was first team. If he wasn't, he was second team, but he did a great job. I think he was like 29 of 31 on extra points on the year. I don't know his exact field goal totals, but did a great job kicking. So we'd like to see that. And I'm surprised we don't see more of it, where you have soccer stars, boys and girls, who can go out and contribute to the football team in the fall as a place kicker or just kicking off, right? Whatever you can do to contribute. So that's always a possibility. We've seen just great kickers. Nice header there by Matt Rodriguez, standing his ground very firmly. Mario Sulawaga. Got that beautiful red hair pulled back in a ponytail. Pretty fluid, pretty smooth. And we've got some jostling on the far side. And ranging to the very far edge is Leo Gutierrez. And then tracking back defensively, Matt Rodriguez from Cienega. Had it, and now Salpointe has the ball at their feet. Threatening. Inside the box, left-footed. And it's high and wide. But another good look there by Leo Gutierrez with the left foot. And it's so quiet here. You can hear all the cars kind of traveling on Marion Cleveland Way, the interminably long, it seems, road between Colossal Cave exit off the freeway and the Houghton Road exit off of the freeway, I-10 east or westbound. So smart play here by Colson to play it back to Dion. Matt Rodriguez trying to make a run there. Caliche had it off of his head, wasn't sure where the ball was. You can see that great speed there. So Caliche's got those, I want to call them aqua blue cleats. He's got the left wrist taped up there. Number 18. I think I met his parents and him probably in July before the school year started in the library of Cienega High School. So very affable young man, loves his soccer. And they're trying to play it to him up top there at that striker position. So he is a threat that the Cats are trying to find. Now, when we talk about Cienega and losing players, they lost a sterling one in Josh Flanagan. For my money, the greatest soccer player at Cienega for the boys' side in their history. And we're going back around 21 years. So the school opened in 2001. And Flanagan was a prolific goal scorer last year. They also lost Nathaniel Scales, who was great defensively. I mentioned Jacob Lopez up top as a forward, who was a dynamic power force there up top. And then their two great goalkeepers, J.C. Velasco and David Garcia. So there was a lot of, as always happens with every program, you have players who graduate and move on to the next level or move on to the next stage in their life. But it's really difficult, I think, to try to find a player. I don't think they just kind of fall out of the sky. A player like Josh Flanagan, who could do so many things, who was so quick, so good with his touches, so dangerous, and how he mixed up his attack. Here's a promising look, and very quickly nullified by Southpoint's backline defense. Not sure who number 10 is from Cienega. I don't have a 10 on my roster. And we're minute number 31 of action. Again, a pair of goals from the Lancers. It was Leo Gutierrez, assisted by Nico Valenzuela in minute number 5. In minute 12, it was Nico Valenzuela, assisted by Leo Gutierrez. So that tandem figuring into both of the goals. Slightly different combinations. Good right foot there by Braden Lambert to volley that one out of the air. And then a threading pass that just goes back here, and there's nobody from Salpointe. So just a moment's respite here for Cienega. Again, put under some pretty serious pressure early, and it's been constant throughout. It's good jousting there. So you have Justin Romero, number 4, who is a junior, also part of Bobcat TV. I'd love to mic up a player one time. It's probably a violation of the AIA rules, but I would love to do that just to get some different perspective down on the field. Avon Akins tries to play it forward. That one ricocheted off of one Lancer into another. It was off of Nicholas Soto, number 16, a junior, and then found Mario Zuluaga, and then it's out of bounds. So it'll be a throw-in for Cienega. Just trying to connect here, make something happen, give them some momentum. And the best way to do that is to put a tally on the board, get that 0 off of the scoreboard. And the girls, so you have Cienega and Salpointe over at Salpointe Catholic. I think Salpointe's girls lost in the finals of the Brandon Bean tournament, maybe the semifinals. But again, a team last year under Kelly Pierce that won the whole thing, the whole enchilada, the state championship at 4A. And she's been very successful in her tenure at Salpointe. Very nifty there. You can see the whole array of moves by Leo Gutierrez, who goes into the spin cycle, holding possession, then he lost it. Avon Akins here has drifted back, and he's really putting in some great work. So Kyle Leal over to Zane Colson. Colson to Romero, and off Romero's left foot. And you've got so we have a very skeletal crew tonight. So Nick Irvin is the director of Bobcat TV. He's running the graphics and the high camera up top here. Down on the field is Zita Neo. She's a senior in Bobcat TV, and I'm Jason Miller. So that's our trio for tonight. We tried to coax some Bobcat TV kiddos to come out. Hey, are we doing anything? Yeah, we have what do we have? Soccer match. Oh, I could just tell it was a pure temperature issue. So anybody who's been out here on a cold night, it's hard to kind of forget those nights. But if you dress appropriately, it's pretty nice, and it's a pretty balmy evening, again, on a Monday here tonight. I feel like the temperatures are probably in the upper 50s, might be in the 60s. Good job there by Narvaez to just deflect that one with his right cleat. There's a shot. Nice save there by Dion. Another shot there deflected by the Cat defender. Well done. And we got some applause here from the Bobcat fans and faithful in the audience. That was a pretty promising sequence of events for Southpoint Catholic. Deflected away nicely defensively by Cienega. Caliche plays it back. He's being encouraged here by the fans to press and push forward and to take some shots. Kalial, Justin Romero. Trying to send it to the other side of the field. Doesn't quite get there. Cienega's number 10 plays it back again. I'm so sorry I don't have a player rostered by number 10. A little bit of shoving, so, you know, you're going to have that. Certainly it's going to happen. But if you do it right in front of the fans, nice little ball there by Romero, and pretty dangerous there, but flying off of his line to snatch that one is Brandon McChesney. So if you commit a foul right in front of the fans, of course you're going to hear it, and they're going to make their voices heard so that the officials can hear it as well. Nice punt by McChesney. It's about 50 yards in the air, and it will be a throw-in for Salpointe. See these really quick connections here. Players so familiar with each other. Again, right, having played 5 matches in 4 days, plus playing together on club, they're very familiar with each other's tendencies. So that chemistry, that connectivity that you're hoping to have is right there. Coulson. Just if you hold it too long, the likelihood is it's going to be taken away from you. So you've just got to be, can't think too much. You just kind of have to like be in the flow here. And you have Coulson with both hands wrapped around that lancer, Emiliano Castro. So Castro, number 21, a sophomore. Good little pass. Aikens had it, lost it. Now you've got that tandem again. Nico Valenzuela, Leo Gutierrez trying to connect. Left foot, and a nice save by Armand Dion. So that's Valenzuela from about 30 yards out, and that's a promising look for him. Again, very accurate. And really deadly with that left foot. So Valenzuela with 7 goals and 2 assists. Leo Gutierrez with 7 goals and 5 assists on the season already in match number 6. Lancers up 2-0. We're in minute number 38 of action. And there's a shot. It's just rolled on the carpet. Easy for McChesney to scoop up. So the Cats have Dylan Carroll, number 17, who's out there, right? A couple of substitutions. Already talked about Kaliche Ekeleme, who is at striker for Cienega. And then as you might expect, right, I'm not sure, like, you know, game shape or game condition. Like, I'm not sure how conditioned that Cienega is at this early point in the season. But something that they're probably still maybe working into. Kalial. And finds that one right to a Lancer. Nicholas Soto plays it out to the right wing. There's a cross that may have been off of Cienega's defender. It is. And it's a corner kick for Southpoint. So 40 seconds left here in this first half of action. And hustling to the corner to take the kick, it's Nico Valenzuela. He of the great left foot. Here's the cross. Dangerous. That one's headed up. Nicely done there by the defender from Cienega. That was Avon Aikens. Got 16 seconds now and counting left in the half. Good challenge there. Matt Rodriguez. Under 10 seconds. So that will probably do it here for the first half. So 2-0. Southpoint Catholic in a spirited half of action. So 2 goals early for Southpoint in minute 5 and minute 12. Leo Gutierrez and Nico Valenzuela assisting each other on those 2 goals. And that's our score. We will take a break. We have about a 10-minute respite here, or 10-minute intermission. We'll see you in 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. And we'll be right back here on Bobcat TV. All right, back in the second half of action from Cienega High School. And 2-0 Salpointe Catholic. That one deflected off the Lancer defender. Cienega here trying to push the tempo and take advantage here. Liam Odell had it briefly. You can see some jostling and jousting there in the center of the pitch. And now just a shot. That one's off of the football crossbar. Well, that was from 35 yards out plus. So really, yeah, 35 yards. So a good strike from distance there. Very rare to see one go into the back of the nets at the high school level, but it happens from time to time, so not a bad look there. Left-footed. Again, player number 15, who I do not have on my roster, so I'm just trying to figure out who these cats. I have number 10 and number 15, that I'm not sure who is who. We'll try to get this sorted out for you. Probably won't happen tonight. Surprised to see some grasshoppers still left here. Probably the last of the season, just kind of fluttering around in open space. Got a moon that I think is waxing. Not quite full, but I think approaching a full moon. And again, pretty brisk here on a Monday night. Put the old weather app on the celly. I'm guessing it's in the 60s. I'm guessing it's low 60s, but I'm not sure. But pretty good. And then my favorite part, my next favorite part after watching a soccer match at the high school level on a night is getting in my car post and cranking the heat to 11 and just driving home feeling like my face is going to melt off because of the heat. That's one of my favorite things in life to do. Yeah, 58, so upper 50s. Could be a lot worse here. I'm not sure about the Cats' schedule moving forward. I know girls basketball is playing home tonight. The boys traveled to Phoenix. So I want to wish the best to both boys and girls basketball programs. We'll be bringing you the boys at some point. I think they play Mountain View on Wednesday. I think on the 14th, I forget who they play. They're playing somebody who's relatively competitive. So we're trying to get a boys basketball game broadcast on Bobcat TV before winter break. And then, of course, we're going to bring you wrestling post-winter break, girls and boys basketball. Can't wait to see girls soccer. Tony Torres, great coach for the girls program. Again, I want to wish the best out there to both Cienega and Southpoint Catholic, two great programs who are battling over at Salpointe. So if we could be two places simultaneously, I know I would do that. And I'm sure Mr. Irvin would do that in a heartbeat as well, if it were possible. So that one tumbles out off of the Lancer defender. And Salpointe has a change in goalkeeper. So Jadir Beltran, the sophomore, oh, that's Cienega's backup keeper. Sorry. So 19. I think that's 19. Or 99. And I don't have a 99 on my roster, so I'm not sure who the keeper is for the Cats. I'm so sorry. I feel really underprepared for this match tonight. Nice cross. Good right foot off of... well, just whistled wide, I guess. I thought it was struck off of Narvaez, but just misstruck by the Lancer. And he is tying his cleat there on his right foot. So that player from Southpoint who took the shot was Nicholas Soto, the junior, number 16. And we've got a train rustling through, which feels like big excitement for me. Brings me to my inner, like, 5-year-old. So the trains will run east and west here. And Vale, at one point in time, was called the town between the tracks. So going back to the founding westward expansion of the 1800s and all that kind of stuff. Nice ball there. Good header by Liam O'Dell. Frustrated at himself. Brandon McChesney has to pull that one down pretty easily. It's been a well-played match. Couple of little shoves here, which is very typical. Nothing dirty from either side, so that's exactly what you want to see. We want our athletes out there competing at a high level, you know, contesting every ball, but keeping it clean, certainly. And it's been that tonight, which is good. Again, just the regular season opener for both of these schools. Salpointe with the advantage of having played 5 matches in their host tournament, the Brandon Bean Kickoff Classic. Again, Brandon Bean was a great goalkeeper who was lost tragically in a car accident, and his father, Doug Bean, created this tournament in his son's honor. So I want to give a lot of credit to Wolfgang Weber, the great coach from Salpointe, Phil Grunsfelder, Denny Preble, the athletic directors at Salpointe, for putting on a marquee tournament every year. Really kind of sets the stage to give you some idea as the competition in Tucson, the best boys teams and the best girls teams, and it gives you an early prediction of what we can try to hope to expect. And the goal is to play in mid-February, right? That's when the state playoffs and state championships always culminate under the Arizona Interscholastic Association. So for soccer or football, you want to be playing in mid-February. That's always the goal. So we're just 6 minutes in here into the second half. Southpoint's goals, we double checked, so great work there by Nick Irvin. We don't have instant replay, but we did go back and relook at the film, and my ledger is accurate. So it was Leo Gutierrez, assisted by Nico Valenzuela in minute 5. In minute 12, it was Nico Valenzuela, assisted by Leo Gutierrez. So that tandem has connected in 2 different ways here tonight, with 2 different goal scorers and 2 different assists. And that was nifty too. Pretty smooth. Nice ball. And another extra pass here. And just trying to make one more touch and unable to do so. And I think offsides is the call here from the side official. The flag goes up. Nifty, right? So just operating in really tight constraints. And these absolutely perfect passes, very precise, you know, the right pacing. And you've got players here who are connecting and kind of reading each other's thoughts as they're moving forward in full attack mode. And the strike could come unexpectedly at any moment. Southpoint going left to right in this half. Again, all in white jerseys. The Bobcats of Cienega in their navy jerseys going from right to left. Avon Aikens there, a challenging run. Oh, this is great. So Jalen Sherfield, number 15. Sorry, the goalie is freshman Jalen Sherfield. Number 15 is Jason Riefenberg. So just got that text from Carrie Aros. Thank you so much, Mrs. Aros. I appreciate that. Very good, very good. I know you're taking good care of Mr. Mark, so that's what we want to hear. And just want to see you guys soon. Just know that you're in our thoughts and our prayers always. All right, here's a nice center. Good job there by Isaac Narvaez to deflect that one away, and then cleared by the left back from Cienega. Southpoint now re-winning the ball. Adrian Franks, dangerous, to Leo Gutierrez. Back to Franks with the right foot, and just off. You see that quick connection there between that tandem. So Franks, the junior captain, 2 goals early here in the season. And Leo with 7 goals and 5 assists. Nico Valenzuela, 7 goals and 3 assists. I'd look up and down the ledger here from Southpoint Catholic. They've got 23 goals and 16 assists from last year, right? So very, very prolific on the year. Or actually, that's this year. So 23 goals. Let's see, 12, 16, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, 23 goals and 16 assists already this season. Just 5 matches and a half in. The Lancer machine under Wolfgang Weber, legendary head coach. Ball's played out here. Nice little touch there from Romero. Matt Rodriguez back to Justin Romero. Justin servicing this one, looking for Caliche, who was harassed inside the box, and he has a legitimate argument to make here, saying, look, this guy had 2 hands on me. So they're marking him very closely up top. Caliche Ekeleme, the junior, you bet. Plenty of space. 18, nice win there by the Cat defender drifting back. That was Zane Coulson. Cleared, then launched forward by Salpointe out of bounds, so a throw in for Cienega. Again, last year, Cienega had a great season, so it was year 1 for Mark Aros. 10-3-1 on the season. They fell to Carl Hayden Community College, or I want to say Community College, but Carl Hayden Community in the playoffs the first round. I think it was overtime, a 2-1 overtime thriller. And no shame in that, because Carl Hayden was, I would say, an underseeded team coming in. So dangerous, having won a state championship. I think it was 3 years ago they won their state title. So very formidable squad and well coached. But it was an epic Saturday. We had Cienega's girls and boys playing a back-to-back doubleheader, which is always my dream, right? Like I have some big dreams, but that's like a small dream for me to have a doubleheader here on a Saturday with the girls and boys program. So I'm hoping for that this season as well. That's again, that's my hope for the year. So we'll see. Good throw in there. Very strong one from Albert Aguirre. Again, Aguirre lost in traffic or stuck in traffic earlier. Called his coach and was like, Coach, I'm stuck in traffic. I'm going to be a little bit late. So Aguirre was a scratch from the starting lineup. His teammate, Braden Lambert, got the start in his place. So good to have some versatility. Certainly Southpoint Catholic has some experience on the bench as well. I'm trying to find the roster that Wolfgang marked for me with some subs that he expected to come in. But I think I gave that roster to Daniel Gonzalez, who is our public address announcer tonight. So we can expect to see Anthony Granillo, number 7, the senior. Number 11, Jesus Carranza, the sophomore. Lambert got the start tonight. Those are subs that should play some significant minutes this evening for Southpoint Catholic. Again, number 7, Anthony Granillo, the senior. And number 11, Jesus Carranza, the sophomore. So you can tell Cienega's just really trying to connect here with Caliche Ekeleme at that striker position. Southpoint, well aware of his skills and talents, has been marking him very closely. And it's been difficult to get that last connection or that last pass to Caliche, and to see, boy, I'd just love to see him take a couple of shots here just to see what he's got in his arsenal. So we're in minute number 64? 54. Minute 54 of action. Again, the crew from tonight, it's Nick Irvin, the director of Bobcat TV. He's running the high camera. He's also running the graphics. And we have Zita Neo down on the field, running the field camera. And I'm Jason Miller on play-by-play tonight. I'll put a call out there. Any soccer players, past or present, anytime you want to join me on a broadcast, I would love it. You know, we always put students in these positions for play-by-play and color. So it's usually trickier because it's tougher to find a kiddo who has knowledge and experience in the game of football or soccer that we can drop in here. Zita Neo, a nice touch there on the sideline. She's part of the game now, which is good. So I'm not sure if she played Inner pass, I think from Virginia. Nice volley there. Take a wicked bounce. Oh, nifty. Nice cross, dangerous. Whew. Very dangerous deflection on that back line. And that was Kai Leal. And you got a little bit of a breath there in relief from Cienega. Again, Jalen Sherfield is the keeper in the second half for Cienega, number 99. And here's the corner kick from Southpoint. Goes all the way across. There was a lancer there in the center who was able to get a head on it, but he deflected that one out of bounds past the end line. So it'll be a goal kick for Cienega. Looking to move pretty quickly here. Again, last year these teams played. It was December 7th. It was 4-0 Salpointe Catholic. I think a similar scenario where you had Salpointe coming off of the Brandon Bean tournament. You had Cienega early, their first match of the season. So just not quite in sync yet. But as the season moves forward, the expectation, the hope is that these cats will start to connect and find their rhythm. And again, you have to understand that it's Southpoint Catholic, so it's not your typical foe. It's as difficult a challenge or test as you can get. And you like these challenges, maybe not match one. But I think a good out-of-conference schedule there. You always want to try to stack your schedule with the most promising, most challenging, the best squads that you can to try to prepare and season your athletes. The goal is to always, again, have a deep run in February to make the state playoffs. And you want to make sure you're challenging your student athletes the best way you can. So I'm sure both these teams probably playing maybe in a winter tournament around Christmas time. That was very dangerous there. So Caliche just leaping over that one, but you had some oohs and ahs from the fans just hoping for a touch. Free kick for Salpointe. There you go. That's some good work right there. Nice little give back pass. Just slightly behind. Logan Moore here doing some good work. I'm losing it. You had a fan calling for yellow. I didn't see it quite that severe as a foul, but it'll be a ball here for Salpointe. Akins. And I think we have maybe a little bit of a jersey grab there. So ball for Southpoint. Now they're pushing it forward here. That was a blast of a kick forward. And we have an offsides call against Southpoint Catholic. So looking to put pressure on different waves. Right, that was a long ball, struck 50, 60 yards down the field. And we've seen those types of plays that can strike and connect very quickly. You know, kind of catching everybody unaware and by surprise. But offsides on that one. So played back here to Jalen. Oh, very dangerous. So you've got to be totally mindful of who's around you in this scenario here. Matt Rodriguez, good work, near side. And you got shoved here from behind, and we've got a stoppage, I think a booking here. So yellow card, yes indeed. It will be against number 6. So that's Eric Nguyen with the yellow. So yellow card in minute number 59. Thank you, sir. So I'm doing the math in my head. Nick and I were talking about this pre-match. So the high school scoreboard counts down for some inexplicable reason. Everywhere else in the world, we're counting up, right? So I had to do math, which is difficult. It's difficult on a good day to do math in my head. Very good. Number 10 is Jason Hull. I appreciate that. So I think I have the full roster now from Cienega. So Jason Hull's number 10. Number 15 is Jason Riefenberg. And number 99, the goalkeeper, is Jalen Sheffield. So good to see the full roster here. Thank you very much, Carrie Aros. Have some hot cocoa for me. that would be like probably the one thing I might need here. But next time, it's not bad. 58 degrees on a Monday night. This is where I'd like to be, honestly. Any place I could pick, it would be right here. Oh, that was very nifty. Very deft footwork there. A little back flick pass. And a bit of a tumble there with two players. You have a Lancer and Cienega's defender there getting entangled up with each other. Don't think it was malicious in nature, but you have a Lancer fan who, again, is calling for a yellow card. It's very nifty, too. So Marco Torres there with a nice little back touch. Now Cienega at the midfield with a promising, hopefully, build up here. Avon Akins. Nice job. Even dribbling a little bit there in a circle. It was looking so good there for just a moment. And now Salpointe back, moving in their direction. Leo Gutierrez working in, being harassed. Gets a shot! And it trickles in. So Leo Gutierrez with some great work by himself. His second goal this evening. So Gutierrez in the 61st minute of action. He scored in the 5th minute to open the scoring. And that was some great work there. You had a defender from Cienega. I think that was Kai Leal, who was all over him, trying to slow him down. And Zane Colson was back there as well. So just working through and getting that shot off. A good deflection from Cienega's keeper, Jalen Sheffield. But it just trickled across the line. Oh, very cheeky there. So Brandon McChesney playing with fire, I would say, back there, but he feels very confident in his skills. And I heard Cienega coach Aaron Oro saying, I don't care. And I think he's talking about the score or the tally. He just wants to see constant, maximal, relentless effort here from Cienega. I think that's the message. That's the way I'm interpreting it. Right, so the score is the score. Again, we knew coming in, it's Southpoint Catholic, so favor Southpoint, plus Mark Aros, the head coach, unavailable tonight, under the weather. And you've got Southpoint coming off of 5 consecutive victories to win the Brandon Bean. So a team that's, primed, I would say maybe in like mid-season form, even though we're in the opening match of the season, plus back-to-back defending state champions in 4A. So you add these things up, and it makes for a very tall order, a really difficult match. I look at this very similarly to how I looked at Team USA playing against the Netherlands on Saturday, right? The Netherlands, prohibitive favorites, one of the favorites of the tournament. So a very young American team that had a great run in the tournament, and there's certainly some great expectations for that squad. Christian Pulisic and Tyler Adams and the rest, a very young squad, the second youngest team in the tournament. And in 4 years, with America hosting in our big cities on the East, West Coast, and Midwest, we expect the Americans to have a great showing in 2026 World Cup. At least that's my hope, and that's what I'm thinking. And it's been a great tournament. Really have enjoyed the World Cup. All right, the Cats. Good effort. Akins has played very well, right? The effort is totally there with 26. So he's been primed up here, looking forward to this match. All these boys have been looking forward to this, certainly. So a difficult early test, but again, I think you can take some positives here, and you're trying to finish this matchup with 15 minutes. You can get a tally on the board, trying to make things interesting. Looks like a player lost their, oh, that's Akins. He lost his shin guard there. Just kind of picks that one up and tucks it into his left sock. I thought I saw a firework explode across the way, but it may have been the reflection off my glass. More likely that my glass is reflecting the light here from the stadium lights. But Akins there just plugging that sheath there into his left sock. Playing a long ball to the far side. You see some good speed there, right? So that's part of the package with Kelechi Ekeleme, the junior from Nigeria. So, but tough to find him tonight. Logan Moore on the far side. Nice little run there from the defender on that right wing. And now one back here by Salpointe, a chance to counter if they feel like it. Marco Torres. Albert Aguirre back to Torres. Little flick forward, nice little header. Very, very nicely done by Nicholas Soto. And there's a ball that is taken now from Cienega. Avon Akins. Very good dribbling there with a man on him. He's been really good with the ball at his feet. Good possession. Great energy, great work rate. Trying to connect with Kelechi, and you see a sprint matchup there. So you've got two speedsters. You've got Diego Velis, the captain defender back there for Southpoint, and you have Kelechi Ekeleme, and that's a lot of speed between those two. And a great job here from Brandon McChesney, who's been in complete command and control at the goalkeeper position for Southpoint Catholic. As he pulls his socks up. We've got 13 minutes on the clock here. So approaching minute number 67 of action, which is where we're at right now. Oh, there's Arturo Llamas. He's another senior from last year. Great midfielder. Did a lot of great work. So I think I've got like maybe 6 of the 7. I think there were 7 seniors who graduated last year. So great to see many of them this evening tonight here, making a cameo appearance just to check out their younger Bobcat teammates here at Cienega High School. Again, always great to see the alumni coming out here to support the other student athletes who, you know, these guys, the alumni have paved the way for the current class of students, whatever the sport might be. Nifty. Very blistering speed here. Oh, nice center. 6-4 and a shot that goes well over everything. So that was some great work by Eric Nguyen. Marco Torres blasting that one. And it happens. And actually that was Diego Velis. So Diego Velis making that run. And a nice centering pass. And Marco Torres knew that was one that he could have struck better. So it happens all the time. It happens. We see it at the World Cup. We see it with the greatest soccer players in the world. So it's very common. You just want to try to get over that ball a little bit. You don't want to lean back at all, because when you lean your body back, then the ball has a tendency to just take off. Almost like an airplane just taking off from the landing strip of the runway. Salpointe still trying to work here. Again, in the 68th minute of action. Nice header there by Matt Rodriguez. Good job tracking that one. Matt's played well tonight. Looks like we got a sub for the Cats. Looks like it's 16, Braden Montes, who is a senior. He's near side toward us. We have a couple of Lancers subbing onto the pitch. 23 and 12. 12 is Cesar Cabello. 23 is Jose Luis Cuevas. Cuevas a senior. Cabello a senior. And Marco Torres checks out for Salpointe. And Albert Aguirre also checking out for Salpointe. Lambert playing that one forward, looking to the near wing here to Jose Luis Cuevas. Just a little bit long for him. Cuevas turns around, claps. He's like, hey, that's a good idea. Just let him a little bit too much there. A little bit of an entanglement there. You've got Salpointe's Alberto Valencia, number 25, who also checked onto the pitch moments ago. He's up top for Salpointe, looking to get a touch and try to make something happen. Lambert plays it back to McChesney. And that's a good ball going far side here on the left wing. Very promising, nice center. And coming out nicely to snag that one, Jalen Sherfield. Pretty easy for him. Rolls it out. Cienega again looking to press here, trying to make something happen. Akins, Logan Moore. Logan's played well tonight. He's got some nice skills out there doing a lot of different things, so a lot of responsibility on his shoulders. Matt Rodriguez. Andrew Borchers there, some good work from Cienega off his feet, out of bounds. And you hear Aaron Aros here calling for Cienega's players to push up, right? So he wants them to continue to try to exert some pressure here. Great effort here by Matt Rodriguez to fly all the way back defensively here. Still challenging. Well done. And that ball is sent across to the other part of the field. Zane Coulson, some good work here trying to get into the mix offensively. Avon Akins. Akins. And it's behind everything. I think he was just trying to cross that one. We've got 6:30 on the clock. 6:30 left, so in minute number 73 of action. See that strong left back there with a long foot. That's Diego Veliz. And we've seen him connecting several times successfully on that one, blasting it on that left wing and letting that left wing fly to the ball and try to create something. So that's one way to put pressure on the defense. The more customary approach tonight from Southpoint has been to methodically thread their way from their back into the midfield, into Cienega's defensive third. And then we see some really nimble passing work here from the Lancers, and some deadly strikes. And the most successful, Leo Gutierrez, with a pair of goals. He also has an assist. Nico Valenzuela has a goal and an assist. So 9 and 10. The dynamic duo from Southpoint Catholic. Leo Gutierrez, again, last year, 29 goals, 14 assists. Unbelievable. As a freshman, who's now a sophomore. And Nico Valenzuela with 11 goals and 10 assists last year, who is now a senior and one of the captains from Southpoint Catholic. So, man, Leo Gutierrez, number 9, is some player. Very dynamic with the left foot. Cats tracking back here defensively. Eric Nguyen. Logan Moore, quick touch. The referee hops over it, tries to get out of the way. A little bit of contact, inadvertent. Again, a clean match here tonight from both teams, so credit to both squads here. No egregious fouls, nothing dangerous, nothing malicious. Spirited play. Of course, they're contesting and battling for everything. Both sides are. But there's been nothing untoward. Good job there by Jalen Sherfield to come out and snatch that one. Sherfield on the punt. Nice header by Salpointe's Cesar Cabello. Jose Luis Cuevas had it, lost it, and it's kicked out of bounds by Cienega. That's Jason Hull. Hull, number 14, a senior. And you've got some hand checking there. And Matt Rodriguez, they're grabbing the back of his left ankle. May have been, I think, cleated inadvertently. He's calling for a sub. So, you know, there's something bothering him. He's not going to check out here, but he either, you know, kind of like twisted there, the back of that right ankle. Now he's writhing in pain, so I hate to see this. And he's calling for a substitution. I'm not sure if he was cleated on the back or if he, you know, just kind of strained something there on the back of that ankle. Maybe toward his calf, so he's grabbing the back, maybe the Achilles. And he's in clear pain here. So again, there's one of the toughest players that you'll see. And they're going to resume play. He's just off of the edge of the field. He's right by the sideline between the soccer pitch and the track that skirts the field here at Cienega. So he's unrolling his sock. I think he's already pulled out the shin guard there on his left. And he's lying back there with his hands exasperatedly on his forehead. So I hope he's okay. And I hope it isn't serious. But again, he's clutching on to that the left ankle, the left Achilles, and maybe the left calf. All right, so we're going to continue here. And good to see Joe Islas, the trainer from Cienega, making her way around the track on the John Deere Gator. And she'll attend to him. They'll get him loaded on that cart, and she can evaluate him and check out the severity of the injury. But again, hoping it's minimal. And I want to see Matt, who's a great student athlete, very passionate soccer player, fine young man. I want to see him at full strength. He's certainly a big piece here to this Bobcat team. We're under 2 minutes now left in the match. Minute 78 of action. David Akins. Deft little touch to the right wing. Tracking back to Akins. And lost that one. Played forward here. Jalen Sherfield will let this one track back. He'll scoop it up off the carpet. So I know Cienega will be disappointed in the result here of the match. 3-0 Salpointe. But they have to understand, they have to have a little bit of perspective, right? Like, one, it's your first match of the season. 2, Salpointe's played 5 matches. So they're already battle tested in, I would say, in mid-season form. And then, of course, it's Salpointe. Like, I know I said that multiple times tonight, but, you know, the Lancers are always competitive in every sport. Maybe none so more than in boys soccer. So there's nothing to be ashamed about here tonight, boys. And we're looking forward to you guys regrouping, rebounding, and getting ready to go. Good challenge here defensively. Missed there on the cross. We've got a frustrated Nicholas Soto, who's played well tonight for Salpointe. Final 20 seconds. And maybe a chance here for Cienega. Make something positive happen at the end. Logan Moore on the right wing, 10 seconds. Moore tries to center it. A little chip forward, tried to head that one off of Avon Akins. So promising foray there at the end. A flourish from Cienega, but too much Salpointe Catholic tonight. So Leo Gutierrez assisted by Nico Valenzuela in the 5th minute. Nico Valenzuela assisted by Leo Gutierrez in the 12th minute. And Leo Gutierrez in the 61st minute. So Gutierrez, the player of the match here tonight with a pair of goals and an assist. And Nico Valenzuela, a nice match as well. I want to congratulate Salpointe Lancer head coach Wolfgang Weber, the legend. Again, so humble as a head coach. So 700-plus wins in his 41st season, an institution not just at Salpointe, but I would say in Arizona, and I would say nationally. One of the great coaches in the history of the sport at the high school level, certainly. And I wish him the best moving forward. And Luis Gonzalez, the assistant coach, moving forward as well. And those Lancers who are so promising. I just want to wish them the best in 4A this year and moving forward. And then for Cienega, I want to throw my best out there to Coach Mark Aros and Carrie Aros and Aaron Aros and Josh Aros and Ashley Aros, the Aros family. And the boys, Matt Rodriguez, I'm hoping the injury to his left ankle is minimal. Maybe just a slight tweak or a slight scratch or something like that. I want him to get back. So, you know, maybe dip that in the ice bath tonight. Do whatever Joe Isla says to rehabilitate that. We want you back out there as quickly as you can. And the boys from Cienega, don't be discouraged. Regroup, reload, get ready for your next match. I have no idea what our next match is or what our next broadcast is going to be. Nick Irvin's giving me the face. I don't know. But just know we'll be covering something. Girls basketball, boys basketball, boys soccer, girls soccer. And we'll keep you abreast right here on Bobcat TV. So for the whole crew, Nick Irvin, our director, and Zita Neo, our camera operator down on the field, I'm Jason Miller. We'll see you next time on Bobcat TV. Good night, everybody.